I remember the day clearly. I was sitting in my dull office, staring at my computer screen, pretending to work, but inside I was completely empty. 10 years of my life had passed, and I had nothing to show for it. No progress, no savings, no peace, just frustration, debt, and disappointment. That evening, I left the off later than usual. The city lights felt cold. I walked aimlessly through the streets, wondering, is this what my life is going to be forever? And that's when I met him, an old man sitting quietly on a park bench, looking at the sunset with a peaceful smile. I don't know what made me sit beside him, but I did. I told him everything about my failures, my debts, my wasted time, my lost motivation. He listened silently. Then he smiled and said something I'll never forget. You want to achieve in 10 years? You can do it in 10 months, but only if you're ready to change everything. Those words hit me hard. I asked him how, and he began sharing 10 lessons. Lessons that completely changed my life. One, believe in yourself. He said, even a student who wasted 10 months can still pass if he gives his best in one. You don't need more time, you need belief. That night, I stopped feeling sorry for myself. I told myself, if I can give my next 10 months everything I've got, I can rewrite my story. 2. Escape for 6 months. He told me to disappear for 6 months, not from the world, but from distractions, to use social media only to learn, not to show off, to distance myself from fake friends and toxic relationships, not with hate, but with peace. So I did. I unfollowed noise. I stopped chasing validation. I started building myself in silence. 3. Sleep well and be selfish. He said, sleep well, protect your energy, be selfish about your goals. For the first time in years, I started sleeping early, waking up early, and thinking about the people who truly cared about me, my family, my dreams, and my peace. I stopped living for people who only remembered me when they needed something. 4. Find a mentor. Then he said, find someone who's already where you want to be. Learn from them. Don't copy their success. Understand their struggle. So I did. I followed successful people online, read their books, watched their interviews. I learned how they thought, how they planned, how they handled failure. And slowly, my mindset began to change. He reminded me, every second, your focus is under attack. So I started asking myself before every decision, will this bring me closer to my goal or distract me from it? And when I began to answer honestly, everything changed. 6. Choose 3 priorities. He said, your life can't have 10 priorities. Choose 3, health, career, and peace. So I did. I started taking care of my body, focusing on my work, and protecting my inner peace. Everything else became noise. 7. Prepare a plan. He told me, don't just think. Write it down. Plan it before you do it. So I began every day by writing my tasks, visualizing my goals, and tracking my progress. The moment I put my dreams on paper, they became real. 8. Protect your energy. He said, energy is your currency. Stop spending it on useless things. So I avoided gossip, complaints, and negative people. I started spending my energy on growth, fitness, and learning. I felt lighter, sharper, alive. 9. Be responsible. He said, be answerable to yourself or someone you respect. I made myself accountable. Every Sunday I reviewed my week. Every mistake became a lesson, not a regret. 10. Keep learning. Finally, he said, never stop learning. Learning is the foundation of everything. When you stop learning, you start dying. I started reading again, watching educational videos, listening to people smarter than me, Every day became a chance to grow. Months passed. I wasn't the same person anymore. The man who once felt lost, broke, and hopeless had become focused, confident, and unstoppable. I didn't escape the world. I rebuilt myself quietly. One evening I went back to the same park, hoping to thank the old man. But he wasn't there. Only the sound of wind and his words echoing in my mind. It was never about 10 years. It was about 10 months of pure belief, focus, and consistency. I smiled because I finally understood. You don't need a new year. You need a new mindset. 10 months of commitment can change your entire life. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share to those